Today on Monkey Life, young Chimp Ben moves across the park to join the Bachelors.
Hey, good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah.
But will old friend Seamus remember him?
He's a good boy. Yeah, there's a lot of cuddling and kissing going on down here.
And the Capuchin girls are on a high. This is Monkey World in Dorset. Tucked away deep in the English countryside, it's the largest sanctuary for monkeys and apes on the planet. And this is Dr. Alison Cronin, the primate's best friend. Alison and her team spend their lives rescuing...
We get on well.
and rehabilitating primates from all over the world.
Go on, sort him out. He's your baby, not mine.
They currently look after more than 240 monkeys and apes from 15 different species. Rescuing chimps and other primates is only part of the story for Alison, animal director Jeremy, and the team. The monkeys and apes need to be socialised into groups and to learn the complicated political rules followed by primates in the wild.
Family groups take generations to evolve. So to just make them with random individuals that you've rescued in one generation it's not impossible, but you're going to get people who are just not going to fit in. And even when you've got that, if you just think of any family that you know, there's grief, there's problems, there's civil war. Some are better than others, but one thing that they've got is there's always some issues going on.
The care staff can only provide a certain level of help. The rest has to be learned from their own species. But 6-year-old Ben has never known life in the wild. He was born at the park, rejected by his mother, and only recently graduated from the sanctuary's nursery. Since then, Alison and Jeremy have been exploring options for a new home for the youngster.
Because of what we do here, we have 4 different groups of chimpanzees. So if you don't fit into one group, we will find you a home in another group. So actually, the whole process with Ben is exactly what we do at Monkey World.
But the first attempt to find Ben a settled place with adult chimps didn't work out. After a series of introductions to the group led by Hananya, it was obvious Ben was never going to be accepted by the alpha male. Hananya was suspicious of the newcomer, and terrified Ben wasn't experienced enough to know how to handle the situation. Jeremy helped bring Ben up with chimp foster mum Sally. Now he and the team must decide Ben's future.
I think, yeah, we pushed it as far as it's reasonable to push it, I think. And, you know, and then it didn't work, so we move on. Ben now is going to go and live with the Bachelors. He's got a couple of friends down there already with Seamus and Turkish Çarli, and he'll be sure he'll have a better life down there.
To help Ben settle for the coming move, Jeremy decides to spend some quality time with him.
At the moment, any time you alter his routine, he's convinced that Hananya is going to be the next part of the procedures. So on their normal morning release operation, I've started just saying hello to Ben. This is good. This is all good. To make him realise that, you know, nothing bad's going to happen. You know, we can do something different without there being big, horrible Hananya as a result. He wants as many friends as he can get, and, you know, I can be one of them. And that might, as I say, might make the whole transition from here to the pavilions more comfortable.
Ben's going to need friends, as all introductions to new groups can be tricky. Today, he's moving across the park to see if he can find a home with the noisy, gregarious, and all-male bachelor group, led by alpha male Butch. If he can't, then Alison could start running out of options.
we had thought that a nice option for Ben would be to grow up in a mixed group. However, I could really make the argument that life in a mixed group with all of the ladies and the politics that come along with that isn't easy either. So really, you know, nobody should hate Hananya over this. Hananya's doing what comes natural to him in his own little immature mental way. And, you know, it's just a case of Ben isn't destined to be in this group. But really, I expect Ben's transition into the bachelor group to be much easier than Hananya, who just shouted goodbye. So I think that's it. And that's Ben and Hananya saying their goodbyes, and I think we should get on with it now. So.
To move Ben to the bachelors, the team need to persuade him to get into a travelling crate. The alternative is to give him an anaesthetic, something they're always reluctant to do.
Here you go, Benny boy.
It's a good boy.
What you doing?
That's a very good boy. Just give him a few minutes to
just
sit and hang out. Okay.
No mad rush. No mad rush.
Good boy.
Hello.
What's this? And we'll give you a shout once he's ready. Yeah, there you go.
Here you go.
Well done.
Ben's been given a light sedative, so he's calm but still curious.
That's quite good.
And with Jeremy at the wheel and Keeper Kate along for the ride to look after him, he heads off to his new home. The majority of the primates rescued by Monkey World wouldn't survive in the wild because they were stolen from their mothers at a very young age. The park not only gives them a safe environment, but encourages the animals to live in the same social groups and structures they would in their native homes. Some adapt relatively easily, but for others, the process can take a little longer.
So when we originally rescued the Chilean Capuchins, we formed 3 groups, 2 females and 1 male. Over the course of about a year, through watching them progress within their social groups, we could see that there were a considerable number of animals that weren't socially ready for such large groups, and they were having quite a hard time in the hierarchy system. We were unsure whether it was due to their low-ranking positions, whether they were too nervous to move around because of all the other animals, or was it because of their actual mental block due to the time they spent in the lab crates.
10 of the more challenged Capuchins, some with physical problems, were moved into a separate group where the primate care staff could give them extra attention. It wasn't long before a clear pattern started to emerge.
With all the keepers spending an awful lot of time observing these Capuchin monkeys, we realised that many of them are actual mesh habituated, so they actually only climb on mesh. This is due to the time that they spent in the labs. The crates are a mesh floor to ceiling, so all they did was circle on mesh. So we're actually hoping to use this need for mesh to actually help them start climbing. So we started putting in mesh ramps to see if we could actually get these girls off the ground and start climbing. And a couple of weeks ago, we came up with an idea of actually building a portable mesh climbing system so we could put treats on top, which will help these animals climb up. So Dave, one of the keepers here, spent a few days making it. Very nice job as well too. And today we put it in the enclosure.
The team are using everything from nuts to rice pudding to tempt the ground dwellers to climb.
Do you think if we put some down the ramp as well, that might...
Yeah. It looks bad, but they seem to really enjoy it. So.
Yeah, they like it, so that's the main thing. Hopefully it will encourage them to climb.
And they've already got Lilia's attention. Wild Capuchin monkeys climb high to avoid predators. But for one of the Capuchin groups at the park, life is more down to earth. To encourage them to leave the ground, the team have built a portable mesh ramp and covered it with tempting, tasty treats. Jill is the first to investigate, and Carer Hannah is delighted.
That's your first badge to becoming a monkey. Bronze medal. Babs, that's cheating. Oh, you cheat!
And to put the food in the middle, won't we?
Jenny has a tentative attempt halfway up the ramp.
Oh, Cecilia's up. Oh, look. That's new. This is new. Cecilia's never gone this high before. This is exactly what we were hoping for, see? That's the highest I've ever seen Cecilia climb. Brilliant. When she gets all the way up there, there's another ramp that she could have a go on. So she could potentially make it to the second platform now, have some more tea, and then she's on her way. We've had about 7 to 8 girls that all they do is pace on the floor. So we were hoping that this structure would do exactly what it's doing for Cecilia, just open her mind to another level, basically. It seems once it clicks in their head, that's it then, they're climbing. There she is. Oh my God.
Good when it works, doesn't it?
The structure is easy to move, so Hannah tries it outside, in the hope it will encourage the rest of the group to follow in Cecilia's footsteps.
Our main goal is to get them back into social groups and to get them back performing natural behaviours. And obviously for a monkey, that involves climbing. So we want to start getting these girls off the floor, climbing on all the structures, albeit with mesh. And then later on, we're hoping to develop their mesh climbing skills onto maybe some wooden structures. So one day we really hope that these animals will make the most of all our climbing structures and we'll be able to climb over the ropes and the hoses and the cargo nets and all the wooden frames we have here.
She might not have to wait too long. While the Capuchins scale new heights, young Chimp Ben is on his way across the park to join a new group. He didn't fit in with a mixed family, so he's about to join the all-male troupe known as the Bachelors. In the wild, it's not unnatural for male chimps to band together to protect their territory. And the females sometimes separate off when food is scarce. The park's bachelors don't have females or territory to compete for. So they can relax and stick to what they know best, having fun. But even without the ladies to fight over, newcomer Ben will have to learn how this all-male group operates. Like all chimp groups, the dominant male often makes close alliances with 2 or 3 others who will back him up. Butch is the leader of the Bachelors. He's known for brawn, not brain, and his top henchmen are Buxom and his half-brother Jester. These 2 bruisers wouldn't look out of place in any gangster movie. Ben will need to grasp the politics quickly if he's going to fit in. The Bachelors are generally quite a gregarious lot. Like all male chimps, they show bonds by grooming and rough-and-tumble play. But Ben will still need some allies of his own in the first few weeks while he finds his feet. Luckily, a couple of his old friends from nursery days are in the bachelor group. The first is Seamus, who always enjoyed a bit of rough and tumble. According to Keeper Hannah, he hasn't changed a bit.
Sometimes he doesn't know whether he wants to be the tough guy or next minute he turns around and wants to be the baby again. So he's in that mixed up teenager stage at the moment, we'll say, but yeah, he's still quite a lovable little chap most of the time. Ben will definitely remember Seamus. I'm sure Seamus will remember Ben, so hopefully, yeah, there'll be two buddies back together again and hopefully spend lots of time playing and looking after each other.
And there's another potential pal Ben can count on, 16-year-old Charlie, who was rescued from Turkey, where he was used in the entertainment industry.
Charlie is a low ranker in the bachelor group, but he's quite a happy-go-lucky kind of chap. He was in the nursery group with Ben. They were quite good buddies whilst they were over there, so hopefully he'll remember Ben. It'll help Ben settle in, having someone that he knows in the group, because obviously the big guys are all a bit older and not as playful as the younger boys. So it'd be nice for Charlie as well to have Ben as a new playmate.
Chimps do remember previous friendships, and with two such playful allies waiting for him, it looks like Ben could have a lot of fun with the bachelors.
Having Seamus and Charlie with him, it hopefully will give him a lot more confidence in meeting the big guys, and he won't think that they're all Hananyas.
Should we shift this monkey?
Ben's arrived, and the team prepare to move him into one of the bedrooms at the pavilions. Within seconds, the bachelor group knows something's up. And for Ben, who struggled to find a home, it's a much happier arrival this time. His old nursery playmate, Turkish Çarli, jumps up and down in delighted and instant recognition. Ben calls back, and Seamus, the former nursery pal who he grew up with, reaches out in friendship. It's too risky to let Ben straight into the outdoor enclosure with the whole bachelor group, so the staff have prepared one of the indoor bedrooms for him.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah. I don't know. Are you ready? All safe? Here we go. Okay. That sounded hopeful. You get in there all right? Is this okay? I know, I love you lots. Now the fun starts.
Yeah.
He's obviously nervous. Why wouldn't he be? But he's out of the box. He's in his bedroom. Give him a little while to settle down, and then we'll consider the next step. At least he knows two people down here, so Seamus and Charlie ought to be reasonably easy, and then at least get him as people he knows. We did give him a light sedative to make it nicer for him to move, so really I want to make sure that's worn off before we start thinking about introductions or anything. Hello? But now that he's settled down, he might well just crash and... There's no mad rush.
But Ben stays lively and interested, so the team decide to let Seamus join him indoors.
He's a good boy. Hello, Travelers. Who's that? Is that Benny boy? He's a good boy. That's nice. Is that it? Yeah. Hello, Alison. Yeah, there's a lot of cuddling and kissing going on down here. And Ben's giving more than Seamus, although they're both right up for it.
I thought that might be the case. That's fantastic.
It's just so nice that Ben isn't going to have to spend the night on his own, and he's got somebody who he clearly knows. I mean, we've got no doubt that there's recollection there that Seamus is an old mate. I mean, obviously, Ben's got a long way to go, but with this sort of friendship, he's going to help. He's going to help no end. We'll see how it goes, though.
Next time on Monkey Life, Ben comes face to face with the Bachelor's big boys.
Obviously, anything can happen. Well, either I like you or I don't like you, and if I don't like you, I'll jump on you and beat you up, and if I do like you, we'll hang out together.
And
They've been bounced from pillar to post, and we're simply being moved around from A to B in a birdcage.
a new species arrives at the park.